Hey book lovers, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the book releases in 2025 that I'm excited for. And I have a lot. I have about 22 books that I am anticipating the release for, and I am so excited for some of these books, well, for all of the books that I have on this list, but there's some that I'm more excited for than others, and I think this is going to be a good reading year. That's all I'm going to say. I think 2025 is going to be a good reading year. So in January, I have 3 book releases that I'm excited for. Y'all know that I like to go into books blind. So for some of these books, I don't really know what they're about. I just like the cover and I read like the first 2 sentences and was like, okay, yeah, I want to read this. So the first book is The Favorites by Lane Fargo, and it comes out January 14th. Basically an epic romance story about a woman who's a figure skater. I love figure skating and I've always been so fascinated by it. So when I read that sentence, I literally just stopped and was like, yeah, I'm gonna want to read this. I'm gonna want to read this. An epic love story. That sounds like some trauma. That sounds like some tears are gonna be shed. And then figure skating? I'm sold. So I'm excited for that one, January 14th. So the next book is Babylonia by Costanza Casati. I hope I pronounced that right, but that comes out January 14th as well. And this one is a reimagining of the Assyrian Empire's only female ruler and her rise to ruling the empire. And I thought that sounded interesting. I'm excited for this book to come out and see if it's good or not, because I love ancient, like, empires, ancient civilizations. I like reading about that type of stuff, so I'm excited for that. Okay, and then the last book that I'm excited for in January is Onyx Storm, and that comes out January 25th. That's by Rebecca Yarros, and it's the 3rd book in the Fourth Wing Emperor, I think it's called, series. And yeah, I liked the first book, The Fourth Wing. The second book, Iron Flame, I didn't love, but the 3rd book I'm hoping is better, so we'll see. If not, I probably will not continue the series, but I'm excited to read it because I like Xaden a lot. February, there's only 2 releases that I'm excited for, which is surprising because I feel like normally February, like, it's the month of love. You know, you'd think you would get some romance books, but that's okay. That's okay. The first book that I'm excited for in February is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and it comes out February 4th. And this is basically a college romance about 2 swimmers. That's all I know, but again, I'm just intrigued. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing, so I'm excited to read that. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. The second book that I'm excited for in the month of February is Rebel Witch, which is the 2nd book in the Crimson Moth series. Or is it duology? Is it gonna be a duology? I don't know. I think it's a duology, but by Kristen Ciccarelli, I think is how you pronounce her name. I hope. And it comes out February 18th. And I am excited for Rebel Witch. I really enjoyed Heartless Hunter, so I'm excited to see what's gonna pop off in the 2nd book, because after the way the first book ended, I'm already knowing. And then we're gonna move into March, and in March there's also just 2 books that I'm excited for. So the first one is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, and that's the 3rd book in the Skyland series. It comes out March 4th, and I can't say much about that because that's in a series, but I did love the first 2 books in the series, so I'm excited to see what this 3rd book is about. I know it's about the 3rd friend that they have, so I'm guessing this might be the last book then in the series, but I like it so far, so I'm sure I will enjoy that one. In March, we're also going to get Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and that comes out March 18th. And I love the Hunger Games series. I love the Hunger Games world. I love the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think I'm going to love this because I'm pretty sure it's Haymitch's story. And that game is always so interesting to me because it was like, was it the 25th or the 50th or something like that? It had to be the 50th. 25th is crazy. And I think it was like double everything, like double the amount of victims and stuff like that. Gosh, I know that's gonna be good. Her books are always good, and I'm already knowing. And then I think a movie's gonna come out too. I don't know if it comes out at the end of 2025 or if it's gonna come out in 2026. Probably 2026, but I'm just knowing it's gonna be good. Okay, in April, y'all, we're getting fed. They're spoon feeding us in April because there's 6 books releasing in April, and they're just all back-to-back bangers. So yeah. Okay, so the first book being released in April is No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel, and this comes out April 1st. And I saw the cover for this book and was like, ooh, ooh, what's that about? What is that about? It's basically about a PR relationship between a pop star and an athlete, and it's a Black romance story. Like, the cover eats. I've never read anything by this author, but I saw the cover and then I read that little like pop star, athlete, and PR relationship, so it's giving fake dating. That's one of my favorite tropes. Like, I'm gonna eat this up. So April 1st, I will probably be at Barnes & Noble's picking that book up because I need that. The second book that comes out in April also comes out on April 1st, and it's Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Y'all, I didn't even look up what this book is about. After reading 3 of Abby Jimenez's books this year and loving each and every one of them, I don't need to read the synopsis of any of her books to figure out if I'm going to want to read it or not, because it's an immediate yes. So I have no idea what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about because Say You'll Remember Me sounds sad. So I don't want to know. I want to go into that book completely blind, not knowing what it's about, but just know I'm going to read it and I'm probably going to love it. That comes out April 1st though. I'm very excited for that. And then, like, as if we're not being fed enough by those 2 books alone, we have Fearless by Lauren Roberts, and that comes out April 8th. If you don't know, Fearless is the 3rd book in the Powerless trilogy. Unless you count the little novella Powerful, then it's the 4th book, but whatever. It's the 3rd book in the trilogy. I loved Powerless. That was really good. And then Reckless came and it didn't give me what I needed it to give me. So I'm hoping and praying that Fearless does what it needs to do, that she delivers what needs to be delivered. But I'm still excited for this book because, like I said, I loved Powerless. I love Kai and Peyton. I love Kai. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so then after Fearless, we also have Encantra by Kaylee Smith, and that comes out April 8th as well. And that's the 2nd book in the Wicked Games series. And the 1st book was Phantasma. I read that this fall, and I loved it. It was so fun, so cool. It was like a dark Caraval mixed with Throne of the Fallen. Perfect little adult dark romance. Not even dark romance. Adult dark fantasy vibes, but still whimsical at the same time. Love that book. So I feel like I'll love Encantra as well. I think that's gonna follow the girl's sister from the 1st book. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Then we have another banger. I'm just gonna keep saying this, y'all. We have Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, and that comes out April 22nd. And again, I have no idea what this book is about, and I don't want to know what this book is about. I don't want to know. I saw this cover, I saw the author, I said, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna end up reading it. Like, I don't need to know what it's about. I read 4 of her books, I think, now, and I loved each and every one. At least 3 stars and above. So I'm gonna be reading this one, and that's all I have to say. The last book that comes out in April that I'm excited for is If You Stayed by Brittany C. Cherry, and it comes out April 22nd as well. Wait, all the books in April that I'm excited for, there's 2 that come out on each day. That's crazy. April 1st, April 8th, and April 22nd. And those are like weeks apart. Like the first 2, wow. Okay, hold on. I have a little system. That might be my full April TBR, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. So this book is basically about, I don't even really know. I just read the first line, and it's basically said, there once was a man who loved me until he forgot every memory we've ever shared. So I'm guessing her husband loses his memory, or her man loses his memory. I don't know if they're married, but I didn't really read the synopsis because after that I was like, okay, like I might check you out. It's given devastating romance, and I love those. I love to cry over love, so I think I'm gonna love that one. And yeah, that's it for April. Very excited for all those releases. That's probably gonna be the best month of my reading in 2025 based off of the releases in that month, as long as I read those books when they come out. But that's the biggest release month I have for the whole year, so I'm thinking April is gonna be a really good reading month. Hopefully I'm not disappointed. So then in May, I have 2 releases. The first one is Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. This is the 3rd book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, and it comes out May 13th. So I read Lauren Asher's Dreamland Billionaire series and absolutely loved it. And then I read the 1st book in the Lakefront Billionaire series and absolutely loved it. So I need to read the second book before this one comes out, obviously. But I am excited for it because I really, really love her writing. I know a lot of people don't love her writing, but I genuinely, like, really enjoyed all of the books I read by her. I really want to do her backlist and read, I don't remember what the series is called, but it's the F1 series that she has. So intrigued by that. I will probably read that in 2025 too. Maybe that'll be something I read before this book comes out as well. But yeah, I'm excited for that release. The last book in the month of May is The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillick, and this is the first book in the Stonewater Kingdom series, and it comes out May 20th. Rachel Gillick did the Shepherd Kings duology, and I read that this year as well, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. I think this is a gothic adult romantasy, and babes, I'm excited. Like, the cover looks cool, and I just loved her writing in the Shepherd Kings duology, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be about. But it is adult and it is romantasy, so those are two things that I just so happen to enjoy. I think we're meant to be, so I'm excited for that book as well. In June, we have 3 books releasing, and the first one is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that comes out June 3rd. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I've liked all her books that I've read by her but one, and it wasn't the writing in the book, it was more so the characters that I didn't enjoy. So I think that I'll enjoy this one though. I love her writing and I would read it. What is it about? I don't even know. Based off of this little one-liner that I read about this book, it's a love story based in the 1980s, something about a space shuttle and the lengths we go to live and love beyond our limits. So it again is kind of giving a little devastating love story. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna eat it up, so I'm excited for that one. And then the next book in the month of June is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, and that comes out June 10th. Y'all, I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab this year, and you guys know, if you've watched my videos, you know I love that book. So I'm just excited for this one. I think I'm gonna really enjoy the writing. I have no idea what it's about, but I love the writing in The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue so much that I believe that I would love the writing in this book as well, and I will at least give it a try. It's not gonna hurt to try, so I'm excited to read that and see if I like it. The last book that comes out in the month of June is Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and that comes out June 17th. This book is supposed to be about a musician and a songwriter and their love story. Don't really know. Maybe they're working together to make a comeback or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna read it because I like her writing. I read The 7-Year Slip. I've only read The 7-Year Slip by her actually, so I might just like that book, but I feel like, I don't know, based on reviews, I will probably read that book. I think the cover is cute, so I'll probably pick it up and read it. In July, there's only one book that I'm excited for, and that is Rose and Chains by Julie Soto. It's the first book in the Evermore trilogy, and that comes out July 3rd, so right before July 4th. I'm like, duh. But this is Julie Soto's, why did I say it like that? This is Julie Soto's first attempt into adult romantasy. I think it's a romantasy. Yes, I don't know what it's about. I don't like to go into books knowing what they're about, but I've heard great things about Not Another Love Song, and what's the other book by her? Is it Forget Me Not? I think that is the other book. And the covers are pretty for those books, but I've heard great things about her romance books. I still need to read them, have not yet, but I will. So I'm interested to see what she does with fantasy because those are a little different, but this is romantasy, so it's still, you know, the title of the book is cute, so I'm excited to see if the book itself is cute. And then in August, there's only one book again that I'm excited for, and it is Catabasis. How do you even say that? Catabasis. I think it's Catabasis, or I don't know, y'all. I'm so sorry, but that book is by R.F. Kuang. I think this is like a dark academia-ish mythology, but Goodreads is saying it's a romantasy. I don't know, but it's 2 academic rivals traveling somewhere to get their advisor or to save their advisor, and it's supposed to be like ancient Greek vibes. I'm guessing there's going to be some Greek mythology in there. I love that type of stuff, so I'm excited to see if it's good. I've never read a book by this author. I think this is the author that wrote Babel though, and everybody loves Babel, so hopefully this is good. Did I say when that came out? I didn't. That book comes out in August 28th. That's when that book comes out. And then there's no books being released in September that I'm excited for, but in October there is one, and it is The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker, and that comes out October 7th, which is the day after my birthday. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the author did that to give me a birthday present. I don't know, maybe I'm delusional. But that's the second book in the Moonfall, or I think this is the duology. I think this is what's going to be a duology, because the first book was When the Moon Hatched, and I think this is the second and last book in the little series. But it's called Moonfall Book 2 or whatever. But y'all, I really enjoyed When the Moon Hatched. Was it my favorite book ever? No, but I did enjoy it, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next one because the ending was crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna read that one, whether it's in October or closer to December or in 2026, which that sounds insane, but hey, it's gonna get read. And then that's it for the most part. The last book that I'm excited for hasn't had a release date yet, but the release year is 2025, and that's Quicksilver Book 2 by Kylie Hart. I just read Quicksilver this month. That was the first book I read in December and loved it. So I'm excited to see what happens in the second one, especially based on how the first one ended. But when is the release date? I don't know. Is there a cover? I don't know. The plot? I don't know. Well, kind of know what it might be headed towards, but yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be called. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I don't know what the cover looks like, but you know what? I'm excited for it because I really liked the first book. So those are all the books that are releasing in 2025 that I am anticipating, that I'm excited for, that I have my eye on, that when those days come, I will probably be in the bookstore picking them up and immediately reading them. I'm really excited for all these books, y'all. Like, they're April's gonna be a good month for me. I don't know, I better have the best month of my life in April based off of these releases. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please comment down below and let me know what 2025 book releases you're excited for, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.